All right. Just getting set up here. Hey, guys. Welcome.
Howdy.
Good to see your faces. Hey, Julie. Hey, Steve. Glad you're back.
Likewise.
Mr. Greg. And we got Robert. The whole gang's here. Everybody can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Let's get going here. My favorite time of the week right here. All right. We have Ernest as well. Hey, Ernest. Thanks for being here, buddy. All right. So, today's game is Horse Rave. I don't know why. I just, my idea, my creativity this last week was a little something to be desired, challenged. I don't know.
And therefore you decided to horse around.
Boom. 2 points for Ernest. See what you guys could do? You can get points. All right. So today's game is use any or all of the horse sounds and create a disco or techno track with the synth lead provided. So here's what we got. So you can use one of those or all of them or two of them. And here's your track that we're going to incorporate somehow. You know, kind of a big house room techno song. And I have no idea what I'm doing with this one. But check out this photo. I did that in AI. I'm like, give me a horse rave or a rave with people and with horse heads. It's pretty crazy that it did that. All right. Any questions? Any negative feedback? All right, let's go have fun. Let's just enjoy this, see what you can do. Download those files, put them in your DAW. I try to include now when you download these, the BPM and the key. So hopefully that helps you guys. So it's in the file type if it's melodic or rhythmic. All right, go forth. I will see you at the top of the hour. And yeah, try to be more like Ernest, guys. Participate. I'm in a weird mood. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Okay.
You're doing great.
Oh, Julie says, where do you find these graphics? Yep. Just explain that. See you guys. Okay. So, anybody following along on YouTube? Let me get started and I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so horse rave. And I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to start with that melodic thing. So I've got this melody and it's at 140 BPM. So I'm going to just see what that sounds like at 140. We're going to crank this up to 140. And I'm going to just put a kick in here and take this gallop off. Let's just see how this sounds. So I got drums. Feels just a little fast to me. I'm going to slow it down to maybe 135. Before I can do that, I need to warp it. And now I'll slow it down to 135. So my temptation would be to jump over to Splice and grab some samples that fit this, but I am not going to do that. I'm going to see what I can do out of my brain. And first thing I want to do is figure out what chords would go well with this. So I know it's an E minor, right? It's probably just holding E minor. So if E minor is the relative key, relative minor of C, you can go to A minor. Oh, no, that's not true. Hold on. Oh, G. Dun, dun. Because I'm in E minor, that's the relative minor of G major. And I know I can go to C and D. It's 4, 5. And there's E minor's a 6. What else do I got? I got an A minor, which is the minor 2. And I've got a B flat major. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. So I actually sounds like it could go from E minor to B major to D flat over F sharp. I'm hearing a sustain, B flat sustain or D sustain over F sharp back to E minor. So this is a little tricky. You could just do everything with just straight E minor, just right on that E minor, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I like to figure out what the chords are here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we got and I'm going to repeat that and just play this. We're going to solo it. So that's definitely have a wrong chord there. So I want This is so B major. B, E flat A, B, E flat, A. Ah. Okay. That's fucking crazy. Now let's make those notes legato. I love this feature. You can highlight all of them because I want to get rid of the space and just hit legato. Boop, it just fills it in. Although I was hoping it would fill these in too, but maybe not. Okay, those are great chords. Now, what if we make this into an arpeggiator? So, because the Rhodes doesn't fit, right? And the Rhodes is just to get the chords in. So let's try an arp, but I want to start off with a pluck. So we're going to say synth short, and we're going to go to, now I like Omnisphere for a lot of my synthesizers. I think it is a beast. It's great. So what if we find something? I'm going to get rid of some of this delay. We're going to turn this on, and we're going to do an arpeggiator that sounds like a club eighths, maybe. Yeah. So I'm liking that a lot. I'm hearing a like that, like just kind of a scream kind of thing. So I'm going to save track 2 for my bass instrument, and so like a little scream kind of thing. Scream? Do I not know how to spell scream? Oh, here we go. This is That's cool. Good Lord. That's awful. So awful. I love it. Not quite what I'm looking for. I need maybe something that has a portamento. And let's do synth lead, synth mono. Wait. That's what I want. I want a siren alarm. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Let's try that. We have to tweak how slow that goes up. So it's going to have this guy here, pitch course. Make that a lot faster. Or pitch course, modulation 1. We're going to go into modulation 1. And do this. This. How much? I think now this is where I've never been comfortable with this. A lot of the low end. Okay. And then we're going to put this. And we're going to put probably an echo on this. And let's just use replica. Taking too long to do something that's not important. And there is some kind of yeah, this is and the amp. I truly yeah. All right, I've spent too much time on something that's not working. This is where all shit goes wrong. So let's change. We're going to work on the bass now. Bass. Bass instruments, bass, synth bass. Dramatic, disturbing, dub, dance. And he's deep. Um, drums, drums, drum. Okay, I'm going to use a neutron on my base. And I'm going to attach that to my kick. I'm going to make this dynamic, external. Mm-mm. 3 and 4. Hey, I'm on the hook right now. Oh, that. And this needs to be looped. I am going to use one splice sample. I'm going to use just tops. Running out of time fast. This one here. Ozone on my master bus. I'm going to take this gallop and go. Look at it. Like this. And bring this in. This in. Bring this in. Duplicate that. And we're going to use this. tool, drop it in on the ARP. All right. I think I'm almost done here. I just thought I might put in some kind of track on 4. Something. Type loop already got this, I think. Copy to clipboard. We'll just add one more track here. Good enough. We're gonna render it. Render. Export horse rave version 1. Yeah. All right. Save that. Make sure that we had this ready. Okay. And we're gonna refresh. All right. Where's my bitches at? Where my bitches at? Yo, yo, yo. Did you need more time? You poor thing.
Don't we always?
Yeah, this one was, I felt totally rushed the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, quite a few ideas I didn't have a chance to get to on this one. I had to kind of pick and choose what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Excited to hear it.
I don't know if it necessarily turned out all that great, but it was fun.
Good. That's all that's important. All right. Well, we'll
In
wait for one.
theory, it should be showing up now.
Oh, I need to refresh. I wish it refreshed for me every time somebody put something in, you know,
Pretty neat.
that would be cool. Crazy horse. Love it. Did you ever see that monument, the Crazy Horse Monument?
I don't think so, no. Where is it?
Dakota. It's a
I've been through South Dakota a bunch of times, but I don't think I've ever been to the monument.
Crazy Horse. It's I mean, it's like Mount Rushmore. It's a carving in the mountain of Indian riding a horse. It's a monument to the Indians, you know, the tribe up there. And the only time I was driving through, we stopped and they said, if you wait a little while, you might see dynamite going off. And sure enough, while we were staring at it, you see,
Huh.
you know, they're cutting out the mountain with dynamite. It was really cool. But yeah, it's called Crazy Horse Monument. I don't know if they've gotten that far, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a Indian riding a horse. And
Okay.
I guess they still haven't finished it.
When did work start on it?
That's how it's supposed to be. Shoot, this was 3 years ago, and it's still.
Oh, okay. So that explains why I wouldn't know. I haven't been to South Dakota in probably 15 years.
Oh,
It was in progress when we visited in like 2001.
Okay.
yeah. I think I was there in 2003, and it was, yeah, it looks pretty much about the same. I don't think they're going very fast on it, but I think it's all based on donations and stuff.
My upload is spinning right now, so I'll submit when it gets done.
Okay, no problem. We'll start with Greg. Let's check it out. That is a horse rave. The horses got out of the yard. Nice, man. I like that you chopped up the synth. I mean, it sounded like there's like glitches and stuff that you kind of put around.
Yeah, I took just 2 notes out of it, and there's that whole, I don't know, it's sort of like 30 seconds. Where it's got just the repeating notes and then slight chord changes in those. So that's just copies of 2 notes, then pitch shifted, and then laid over the original melody again.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool. What did you what was your biggest struggle during this, besides time, but like what was the thing that
Nothing really. I spent a little bit too much time trying to find the kind of the right timing for the synth lead, and then eventually just adjusted it some. So it's not quite, I cut a chunk out to make it fit the rhythm I wanted it to. So I kind of spent a little bit too much time maybe trying to figure it out as opposed to just making it work.
I see. Cool. Well done, man.
Thanks. It was fun.
All right. Trotting and Trancing by Ernest. Nice, man. I like that you used your gallops as like the percussion of the sort of the engine of the song.
Yeah, it suggested itself to me like that pretty quick. So yeah, that's where I went. Yeah, obviously just time. If I, didn't have time to, I'm not quick at this stuff. So for me to figure, I would have loved to have put in the horse whinnies and things like that. I just didn't have time.
No, totally fine. I like that you found some sounds that sounded like a big club, big dance club. Where did you find your sounds?
That goes back to my project from several years ago of cataloging everything, all the sounds. And so then when I realized how much time gets eaten up trying to find things in just doing this game, I set up a template that has like 4 different basic lead sounds and 4 different basic pads and things like that. that I can go in and change them if I want to, but at least they're basically there.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, that's how it was.
Cool. That was great, man. Well done.
Mez.
What did you learn?
Well, I did something I hadn't really done before, which is where I highlighted an entire MIDI track and then transposed it. Because what I did was I thought, well, okay, I was up writing at 3 a.m. and I was working on a particular piece of music and I had this progression going in. So I thought, okay, well, I'll just put that progression in. I'll play using these sounds, but making those progressions and doing that. And then once I did that, then I tried to figure out, okay, now how does this lead thing that I downloaded from you, how's that going to fit? Oh, it's off by half a step. Okay, well, and so then I just transposed to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was new for you in your DAW?
Basically. I mean, I'm sure I've never done it in bulk like that before. I mean, I tend to write things and they're in the right key. So I don't do that.
Right. Welcome to the world of throwing shit together and making it all try to work together, because you do that. We're going to do that a lot. So well done, man. You learned something. That's what's important. Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Hold My Horse. I love the names that we're all given these things. Hold My Horse by Robert. Let's check it out, buddy. Yeah, there's some funk going on in that. There was some stank. I had some horse stank in there.
Oh yeah.
That was cool, man. Walk us through your process real quick.
Well, just trying to figure out what to do. Before the game start, I always say, what if it's going to do this? Maybe I can come up with something like this. I rattle through my mind a lot. And then you throw a horse and the synth like that. I'm like, okay, well, none of that will work. Can't do that. So I have to come up with something. So I said, you know what, let me just do something. Just play something. Don't try to do the Greg thing and go and splice and do this and do that and do that. I'm like, let's just play it and that's it. So
Right.
That's what I just came up with.
Cool. I love that you use chords that nobody else uses in here. You know, you have some really nice, cool jazz chords and stuff. I kept trying to figure out what genre that would be put in, and I couldn't figure out, but it doesn't really matter. It just was.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Okay. Well, well done, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Was it fun? Did you have a good time?
Always fun to be here. And to do
Okay.
these.
Cool. All right. Julie, you are up, and we all crave a horse rave. Totally true, man. The amount of times I had said that. There we go. Nice ending there. I love that gritty sound that you used. What is some cool loop you used on there?
Most of it was there was like an Afro loop that I put trash on, that like some garbage can thing that made the kind of pitchiness to it, and then the other stuff was mostly from arcade packs
Oh, okay.
and stuff. Incidentally, what I learned, or I'm bad at, when there's a whole pack, there's like drums and synths all in the same thing, and it's all on the keyboard, right? So I just play it all in, but then all that stuff is on the same track. That's bad. You don't want that. Because you're going to commit that, and you don't want the synths committed with the drum. So, I'll remember next time.
Why is it all on one track? I'm not sure I understand.
Well, you pull in the arcade plugin, and every key is a different loop or sound, including percussion and synths. Like everything in the pack is on the keyboard. Like
I've never used arcade.
2 octaves, and which is great, but you just have to, duplicate and for the synth, so that you have more control when you bounce the thing. But
Right. Sure.
anyway.
Interesting. I've never used arcade, so I don't really understand it, I guess. Well, what did you enjoy about that?
I mean, who doesn't love? Did you hear the neutron harmonies on the second Winnie?
No, I didn't.
There was another Winnie, a fifth up. That's right. That's just the overall ridiculous. Wasn't that worth it?
Totally worth it. I love that. It's so funny. Sometimes we'll think, "Oh, that needs this," and we'll start to work on that, and then you realize it's so tiny in the mix that, like, I could have been putting that 5 minutes toward, another synth or whatever, or blending this better, and I do that all the time.
Well, this was intentionally to be ridiculous, so it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Perfect. Love it. Well done, Julie. Thanks for doing this with us. It's good to have you back. All right, Steve, let's check it out, man. Your stops are always amazing, where you place your stops and the little effects that pop in. So cool.
Nice.
That
I mean,
was a great disco, man. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Tell us your process.
Literally never made anything like that before. So I was just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I found that like the very first thing I did was I took the hoofs, like the ticka, and I made that the in like the breakdown section, you can start hear the ticka. So I thought that was fun.
So good.
And then
Cast
I just
something.
pitch shift had fun with the synth line.
Uh-huh.
I just threw some random stuff in there.
I like the guitars that you put in. Where did that come from?
That was just, I had it on a different synth. It was just a MIDI thing.
Mm.
And then I moved it to guitars. Like, oh, this actually sounds great. Awesome. So I kept it and then sort of developed it a little bit more.
I love that. Well done,
Yeah.
man. And I like the grit. You added quite a bit of saturation to stuff. It sounded great.
Yeah, I think that was just part of the patches that I found. I wanted to make sure it was a little grittier, but yeah, finding sounds took a long time. It's like I don't know, this one, this one, this one.
Right.
Similar with like finding drums that worked. I went through a whole bunch of like different like snares and hi-hats and stuff, because I had like a normal bank of stuff, but I just like wanted something different for pretty much everything I used. So
Yeah, this is an opportunity to just kind of be avant-garde, you know.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome, man. Very, very cool. Well done. Well done. All right. Let's see if there's anybody else. Refresh here. Sometimes people play that don't actually come on the Zoom call, so I like to look at theirs. Okay, I'll show you mine and we'll get going. I would love anybody's advice or feedback on what I could have done better. So if you have anything, please feel free to let me know. It's kind of fun to put a reverb on a horse neigh, you know. It just it actually has a cool vibe to that, you know. Anyway, yeah, that was my take. I ended up spending like 10 minutes on a synth part that I never used. I was trying to create kind of a scream like wah, wah, like on the offbeats that would kind of slide, you know. And I couldn't find the right patch, and then I was manipulating and trying to make a patch work that didn't, and working on the ADSR of that patch, and it just, after a while, I'm like, I'm working on something that does not matter in this, and working on an effect instead of just building this out. So that was a big lesson to me, to stop that and move on. It's fun. I don't know if you could tell, but I used some kind of like drum line kind of sounds, like cymbals and the toms and kind of clicks and stuff from a drum line, just as sort of a percussive thing. And then I just threw the horse things in the very end. just threw them in. It was fun.
I loved the use of the horse whinny as like transition filter sweep replacement.
Yeah.
The drop, that was super fun.
Thanks. That's actually what I was kind of going for, is kind of to use it as that sweep into the next part, you know.
I burned a little time on that too. I reversed part of that whinny and was trying different stretches and adjustments, and it was the same kind of thing. Like, it wasn't going to do exactly what I wanted it to, but I kept trying to make it, and so wasted a little time there.
The other thing I did that I probably didn't need to is I figured out chords to go with it because it was in E minor. So I figured out that if you went to, I think it was the major third and then the 4 chord and then back is like B seventh or something. I can't remember, but that took some time because I did it with a Rhodes piano just to try to figure out chords that kind of worked with it. And then I thought, okay, cool. Let's make that Rhodes into an arpeggiator that just kind of moves throughout the song, kind of give it a little bit of harmony and sort of a melodic feel. So I was happy with that. Felt proud of myself because that's not something that's easy for me to figure out chords. I've always struggled with that. Well, guys, thanks for hanging with me. That was a lot of fun. I'm still doing this on Sundays, but nobody seems to be coming, so I do it alone, but that's okay. If anybody wants to join me on Sundays, it's at 1. And if nobody ends up showing up in the next few weeks, I'll probably just stop doing Sundays. But I just wanted to give it as another opportunity. Let me know if there's anything I can help you guys with. Check out what Steve's doing. Steve's doing some new stuff. I joined his, he had a, what would you call it? A webinar. It was kind of like a
Yeah,
type webinar to really.
yeah, it was a combination. Like, I did like a short presentation on perfectionism for artists, and then had like a 10-ish minute piece of music to sort of like get mindful and listen to, and then some free writing, and then a Q&A at the end.
Yeah,
Uh,
very
I'm
good.
doing another one. I forget when.
You have a link or anything that people can sign up?
I have my Patreon, but people can also email me, so just put both of them there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I felt like it's a really valuable thing because we did some kind of meditation on the call to just clear our minds and think about what we wanted to work on and where we're going and how we can be less perfectionistic. And I think every musician needs that. So it's really
yeah,
cool.
so the when do I have it? The night of the 27th. So next Thursday we'll have this again, and then at night at 7:30 Eastern, I'll have another workshop on part 2 of perfectionism.
Awesome.
So for people who, you can just hop on for free if you want to email me and get the link, but all the replays for the previous ones are for patrons. So if you want to join me, it's a economic justice model, so sliding scale kind of thing. Try to make it accessible for everybody.
Yeah. Definitely check it out, guys. All right. Thanks for being here. And I will see some of y'all Sunday and some of you next week.